Hello, my name is Rahetalius, and today I'll be ranking every Warframe from best to worst. Anyways, let's begin. Ash easily goes into the middle ground tier. Yes, it's true that you can't spell trash without Ash, and yes it's true that his fourth ability is no longer press 4 to win, but his Seeking Shuriken augment gives him a way to completely strip armor with less than 150% power strength, and Fatal Teleport combined with Covert Lethality is a total meme on some missions. Atlas is also relatively decent, mostly because Landslide does have good and raw damage, but it doesn't really scale outside of sorties. It also doesn't help that Rumblers has borderline retarded AI. Watching Rumblers fight enemies is like watching the newborn toddler trying to walk. Cute, but sad. Banshee I will place in the nice category. She might be squishier than expired fruit, but that doesn't take away from her possessing the best damage buff in the game, as well as a basically better version of Ash's Seeking Shuriken augment. Barwak is pretty good at not dying, and is pretty good at being a discount Equinox, but otherwise he's also just decent, mostly because his exalted weapon isn't that good. Chroma goes into God tier, unless you're not playing as cold, tanky Chroma. His first and fourth abilities might be total ass, but his tankiness remains almost unparalleled, and his potential damage output makes him an obvious choice for Eidolon hunting. Ember goes into the slaughterhouse. Dinner at Taco Bell deals more damage than her. Equinox is also God tier, because being able to push a button to sleep or nuke an entire room of enemies is idiot-proof. Excalibur enters the nice category since his rework has kept him relevant yet reasonably powerful after all these years. There's a reason why he's the most picked starter frame. There's also Frost, because even though he's old as shit, he's still pretty good at defending a place. Gera was originally just Frost 2.0, but not anymore, because her Mass Verify got nerfed and her Spectral Rage remains useless. Imagine playing Valkyr, but you heal at a stupid fast rate. That's Garuda. Hero is the Warframe to play if you take pleasure in carrying the team, or carrying yourself to victory. If not, stay away. Zarya Frame is good at not dying, especially with Arcane Aegis. She's also good at getting fucked over by slash and toxin damage. Hydroid is solely responsible for the creation of Warframe Rule 34, which is a blessing and a curse, but mostly a blessing. He also has Pilfering Swarm, which is nice I suppose. Inaros makes dying about as possible as Conclave getting a rework. If you die while using him, you need to immediately stop playing and go apologize to the nearest tree, for tirelessly providing oxygen that is being wasted by you. Thicklegilas has been top tier since her release, primarily because an energy drain over time and visibility power and a super strong exalted weapon is pretty good, apparently. Kaura was originally trash. Not so anymore. What happened? This happened. Go try it yourself, it's nutty. Limbo is very much a god tier Warframe, assuming you're playing solo or with people who can put up with you. Being able to become virtually invincible or directly pause all rift-bound enemy AI with a single button press is incredibly powerful. Loki, although not as prevalent as he used to be, still holds up to this day, albeit mostly as a solo Warframe. Mag. Honestly, it doesn't matter where I put Mag. She's been nerfed and reworked so many times over the years that nobody actually knows if she's even good anymore. She's both good and bad, which is where the paradox Schrodinger's Mag comes from. Mesa is good, not because of her kit, but because the only reason her Prime Access was so successful was because she's dummy thick. Mirage is the easiest way to melt your teammates' computers, which is exactly why she's nice. Necros gives you more loot, and loot is the core of the game, therefore Necros is god tier. His rework made him best girl. Anyone who disagrees is clearly wrong. Playing Nidus is like watching paint dry. Is it boring? Yes. Will it take time? Yes. Will you have the best motherfucking time of your life? Yes. Nova was good on release, Nova remains good now. Enough said. Nyx, although having received a recent rework, remains at the middle because crowd control just pales compared to literally anything else. Oberon is an incredibly underrated Warframe, because radiation is kind of undervalued, and some people outright ignore Phoenix Renewal, even though it's a team-wide get-out-of-jail-free card. Octavia is sleeper OP. The fact that more people don't play her for her deluxe skin is a question that boggles my mind. Revenant is basically Nyx, only with 100% more epilepsy. Rhino, although old, remains gold, especially in meme value. Saren is a god, plain and simple. There's a reason she dominates both SO and Rule 34. Titania's rework was a travesty, that's just a fact. Anyone who plays her to this day needs a hug. Trinity pushes a button to keep you alive. Pretty easy tier placement. Valkyr is the female version of Atlas, only she doesn't have retarded AI. I don't think I need to say anything more about Vauban. Speedy Boy is good, partly because of his value against Eidolons, and partly because going fast as fuck boy speeds up your progression of the game. Being able to grind faster is always a plus. Wukong, also known as the Warframe that only exists because of China, should be taken out to pasture. Last, and certainly least, Zephyr. Zephyr is in the exact same position as Titania, with the difference being that Zephyr has no damage to offer. This concludes the real Warframe tier list. Thank you for watching.